Welcome all to our final broadcast from the Rick Majerus WBY shootout here from Concordia University, Wisconsin on Zaleski Sports. We've got the Neenah Rockets as the home team taking on the De Pere Redbirds in a matchup of a Fox Valley Association school against a Fox River Classic Conference school. My name is Gunnar Zippert along with Elijah Vangzalata and Matt Peck. 2 minutes until the start of the game here tonight. Neenah is coming in at 6-1. They are 5-0 in FVA play, tied for first in the conference. De Pere coming in at 5-0 after their win over MAS, Milwaukee Academy of Science, last night. They are 3-0 in Fox River Classic play, also tied for first. For De Pere, it's an entirely new cast of starters from last season as their entire starting lineup graduated, including Conference Player of the Year and now Wisconsin Badgers Zach Kinzinger, along with Price Gregory, who's at Division II Northern Michigan. He was a first-team All-Conference selection. And Rowan Domovsky, who is now at UW-Eau Claire. He was second-team All-Conference Defensive Player of the Year in the Fox River Classic. But the Redbird machine keeps on chugging along as they had a great JV team from a year ago and JV2, as well as varsity returning experience, and they're 5-0 to start the year. They're currently on a 61-game conference win streak. Of course, tonight's matchup, non-conference. And for Neenah, on the other side, you've got a deep team. They're willing to play 11, 12, maybe 13 guys in a game for meaningful minutes. And while no one on the team averages above 10.4 points per game, they're going to come at you with depth and endurance and defense and rebounding. Whereas the lineup, the rotation for the Redbirds may be a little bit more shallow, only playing about 8 guys regularly each night. We won't have the national anthem here, so I think we're getting straight into the starting lineups. Head coach for De Pere is Brian Winchester. He's in his 19th season. 362 wins, 100 losses in his De Pere coaching career. It's good for a winning percentage of 78.3%. Coach Lee Rubbis for the Rockets, 195 and 76. That's good for a 72% winning percentage in his high school coaching career. Also spent some time as the coach of UW Fox Valley, the 2-year school that no longer has a team or even exists. I believe we'll have the Redbirds introduced first. They've had the same starting lineup all 5 games this year, coming off their 84-81 win over the Novas last night. That was on our air. So far this season, between these two conferences, the FVA and the FRCC, the Fox River Classic is up 6-4 on the year. Bayport, with a large portion of those wins, as they're 3-0 against the Fox Valley Association. And the starters for De Pere: Jack Buchter, a 5'11 senior guard; Will Krieger, a 6'5 junior guard; Isaac Herlosh, averaging 10.5 points per game, a 6'1 senior; Bennett Reimer, a 6'4 senior forward. And before I started announcing, you've got Noah Maniscalco, the leading scorer with over 23 points per game, a 6' senior guard. So again, that's Maniscalco, Buchter, Krieger, Herlash, and Reimer. For the Rockets, a 6'9 senior center, Roan Caper; 6'1 senior guard, Nick Schultz, committed to D3 Bethel; a junior, number 12, Henry Farrell; number 21, a senior, Cal Juckham; and number 23, junior, Colton Fleege. Fleege, Schultz, Caper, and Juckham have started every game this season. This is Farrell's second start. They've been rotating guys through that 5th position in the lineup. It's been mostly Chase Nitz. We'll see him off the bench today. On the tip, it'll be Caper against number 11 for De Pere. That's Will Krieger, the junior guard he's listed at, even though he's 6'5", averaging 14.5 points per game. And we're ready for the tip from Concordia, Wisconsin University in Mequon. The Rockets will have the first possession. Nick Schultz with the aggressive man defense in the pregame talk. Coach Rubbis for Neenah said De Pere rarely, if ever, goes into a zone defense. They play aggressive man, and they'll play it all night. Roan Caper on the left wing, the center, kicks to the corner. Junior guard Colton Fleege, who's really been a jack of all trades this year. Cal Juckham, plenty of varsity experience under his belt, goes with the lefty hook. No good, and the rebound for Krieger. Redbirds like to get out in transition. They've scored over 80 points in every game this season, all 5 of their wins. Krieger kicks it back out, and Noah Maniscalco averaging 23.2 points per game along with 6 rebounds. Number 3 on the left wing here, guarded by Fleege. Krieger fakes the shot on Farrell, step back, and dishes to Buchter. Jack Buchter into the lane, finds Maniscalco, and the Neenah man defense here, keeping the Redbirds out of the lane, trying to force them to an outside shot, but Pere, a great three-point shooting team. They've got multiple guys shooting over 40% on the season, and as a team, they're shooting 36.9. Buchter driving the baseline on Schultz. He spins, and Redbirds a little frustrated here, trying to get up a shot, but no shot clock here in Wisconsin high school athletics. WIAA from Minnesota in the previous game here at the shootout from Minnesota. They've got a shot clock there. They played yesterday on our airwaves against West Dallas Central. From the corner, Will Krieger, first shot of the game for Pere. Friendly bounce, and they get the three-pointer. Krieger puts the Redbirds up 3 after a long defensive possession. Coach Rubus likely very pleased with the effort from his guys on that possession. The shot just didn't fall their way as the Redbirds finally found an opening. 2 minutes gone already, 3-0 our score. Rockets in their home whites with the red piping. Fleege finds Farrell in the corner. Henry's shot is blocked. And back the other way come the Redbirds. They're in their black uniforms with the burgundy piping. Maniscalco off the screen, into the lane, finishes as he got by Schultz at the hoop. 5-0 Pere. This lineup for Pere will play most of the game. These 5 starters, seniors and juniors. Neenah doesn't have any non-upperclassmen on their roster, as a turnover there from Roan Caper gets the Redbirds going the other way. 5-0 lead already. No good on the layup for Krieger, and the Rockets not punished for the turnover. That's something they've struggled with this season on the offensive end, is taking care of the ball. Rockets looking for their first points of the game. It's Cal Juckham in the corner to Fleege. And now the senior leader, Nick Schultz, will orchestrate the offense. He's averaging the most of any Rocket this season at 10.4 a game. Fleege to Farrell. Farrell early in his varsity career, getting his second start ever as a varsity Rocket. Gets it back from Caper. Back cut from Fleege, nice look, and Colton will head to the line here. The junior Colton Fleege at the line this season. 4 for 4, shooting 100%. And like I said earlier, Fleege really a jack of all trades this year, averaging 9.7 points, 5.6 rebounds, 2.1 steals, and he misses his first free throw of the year there. First subs of the game for Neenah. Number 3, Matthias Charles, a junior guard, and number 5, Chase Nitz, who has plenty of starting experience this year, also a junior guard. Fleege gets the friendly roll and splits a pair. It's 5-1. And Neenah makes a third sub. Jacob Youngworth, their second most commonly used big man after Caper, into the game, another junior. He had 18 points in his most recent game against Appleton East. Maniscalco manning the offense for Pere. Finding themselves up 4 early in this one. To the hoop, it's Buchter, and he gets around the outreached arm of Youngworth to make it a 7-1 lead for the Redbirds as they get some players checking in at the table. Schultz guarded by Buchter, and over to Fleege. Matthias Charles, a very good driver to the lane. He 0 for 2 on three-pointers this year. He's more of a slasher type player. Schultz for 3 from the left wing. Little strong and out of bounds as the Redbirds get 3 subs of their own. Number 1, Silas Cohen. Number 2, Javon Miller, both of them sophomores. And number 40, Kason Gregory. I forgot to ask if he's related to Price Gregory from last year's team. I can only imagine. Price now at Division II Northern Michigan after being a first-team all-conference selection last year. Kason just a sophomore as well. They're on the floor with Maniscalco and Buchter. From the corner, it's Javon Miller making it a 10-1 lead for the Redbirds. See if Coach Rubus is thinking about using a timeout soon here. His team down 9. Nitz into the game, finding Fleege. And Schultz will try another three. This one from college range. No good. Offensive rebound, Charles. And they'll reset up. This time Schultz blows by. Maniscalco called for the foul. Maniscalco's first, team's first. Or team's second. As Herlash had picked one up. Charles at the top of the key, finding some open room in the lane, but Miller does a good job of recovering. They feed it into Youngworth. He's got Gregory on him. Two young varsity players here, junior against sophomore, and Youngworth with the first field goal of the game for the Rockets. It's 10-3. In the corner, it's Buchter. He gets around a player, and the help defense in time from Fleege to force a miss. We've got a jump ball favoring DePere. Trey White, number 10, a senior guard, checking in. So already the fourth different sub for Neenah. DePere with 3 subs of their own, but they've played their typical 8 rotation players thus far. For 3, it's Maniscalco off the inbound, no good. And the Rockets force a defensive stop. 5 minutes into this one, it's 10-3. Trey White gives to Nitz. Nitz feeds it into Youngworth again. They're going to let him go at Gregory. Help defense not there for Kaysen, and Youngworth draws the foul. He'll head to the line where he's 10 for 14 on the year. Good for around 73%, if my math serves me correctly. So after getting down 10-1 early, Neenah with some offensive momentum. Not helped by their free throw shooting thus far. 1 for 3 as a team. That foul was on Gregory, his first, team's third. As he's got one, Buchter's got one, and Herlash. 0 for 2 on the trip for Youngworth as Juckum checks back in for Neenah. He'll come in at the next dead ball. Fleege picking the pocket and heading the other way for the breakaway layup. It is blocked and a foul called, as that was Silas Cohen getting back on defense, not allowing Fleege to have a breakaway. And Fleege averaging about 2 steals a game. He's got his first of this one. Rockets are going to need to do better at the line to cut into this lead. Each year, more than 6,000 high school students get a head start on their college education thanks to dual credit classes made possible by Fox Valley Technical College. These are college-level classes that high school students take for free, saving on average more than $600 per student. Learn more at fvtc.edu/gettechnical. Fleege splits a pair, but Charles grabs the offensive board. It's 10-4. They feed it into Youngworth again. This time, help defense was there. He kicks it. Nearly at 6 minutes to go, the Redbirds with a 10-4 lead over the Rockets. Top of the key, it's Trey White driving, finding some space. Thought about the turnaround, gives it to Charles. Charles with a head of steam. And that's where Matthias is best, getting downhill towards the hoop. Rockets maintain possession, and Charles is going to try again. Offensive foul called against Trey White. First foul for the Rockets. Juckum in for Fleege, who's got 2 points to lead Neenah. For the Redbirds, it's Javon Miller and Will Krieger, both with 3. It's Silas Cohen getting to the hoop, and a great drive from the young sophomore. Makes it 12-4. Neenah's wanting to limit the three-pointers taken by DePere, but right now they're struggling to stop drives. Xavier Bezeris getting ready to check in for the Rockets. This will be his first game coming back from an injury. He's missed the last 4, or perhaps the last 3. Charles to White and Nitz on the wing, looking inside for Youngworth. Juckum, the only starter in the game for the Rockets right now. Chase Nitz gives to Trey White, and inside they go again to Youngworth. White left open for 3, no good. Offensive board not corralled by the Rockets, and eventually it finds number 22 Isaac Herlash back in. Bazaris will check in for the Rockets, and Bennett Reimer is back for the Redbirds. And some later subs here, Buchter and Maniscalco for the Redbirds, and Caper comes back for Neenah. So Bazaris already the 5th bench player used for Coach Rubbis, as they played 10 here tonight. And that'll help Neenah in the second half, as they'll have fresher legs. Cohen pulls up for a long 2, no good. Schultz skies for the rebound, and they're going to call a jump ball. Maniscalco was falling to the floor, and truly might have not had possession. I think Schultz was about to rip it away from him. If not, Maniscalco might have traveled, but call doesn't quite go the Rockets' way, even though the possession arrow favors them. Bazaris with his first offensive touch in a couple weeks. Bazaris goes inside to Caper. They've been loving that right block. See if Caper can get it to go. Over Reimer, shot's no good. Charles with another offensive board. His shot too short. And Neenah just not able to finish inside so far, as it remains 12-4. Maniscalco picks up his dribble. Charles is going to up the defensive pressure. Neenah has been in man defense all night, as well as DePere. Maniscalco goes baseline, looking for the reverse. No, he passes along the baseline to Krieger. 12-4 in a low-scoring affair here in the first half. These teams have not met in at least the last 24 seasons by my research. I went back as far as WISports would let me, and that goes back to 02-03. I was surprised to find that the Rockets and Redbirds haven't even played once in that time. Schultz with the foul. His first, team's second. And at the line, it's Jack Buchter. Makes his first.
Number 23, Colton Fleege, for Pere, number 2,
Buchter now 7 for 11 at the line this year. So somehow Neenah and DePere have not crossed paths in at least 24 seasons. Not even in the playoffs, as they typically end up in different sectionals, so they only would have had a chance to meet at the state tournament. DePere on an incredible run under Coach Winchester right now. The past 5 years, they've made the sectional finals. Unfortunately for them, they've only made it to the state tournament once. Schultz for 3, no good. Fleege with a good effort on the boards, tries to save it, but right to a Redbird. And the one time they did make the state tournament, DePere, they went a perfect 30-0 and were crowned Division I state champions. From the corner, no good for Reimer. That was a 30-0 season back in 22-23. Schultz in transition, finds an open shooter. Juckham for 3, and finally one goes down from outside for the Rockets, their first of the night, to make it 14-7 at the unofficial halfway mark of this first half. And pretty fitting, as it's a 14-7 score. Very common football score. These teams met in the WIAA Division I football playoffs this year. DePere getting the win in that one, if I'm not mistaken. Far side scoreboard goes out for a second there. Nick Schultz's second foul will send him to the bench. See if that hampers the Neenah offense at all. An offensive foul called on DePere this time. Javon Miller's first foul. Team's 5th, as we're into the unofficial second quarter of this one. That might have been also something WIAA had to get used to playing in this tournament. I don't know if they play quarters or halves in Minnesota. It's been halves here in Wisconsin for the past 10 years or so. Bazaris driving baseline, pull-up J. Good for Bazaris, his first points back from injury, and the Rockets are within 5. Bazaris started the first game of the year for Neenah. That was their only loss of the season, as they're on a 6-game win streak right now. That was against Brookfield East, a great team in the Division I standings. Jackson Rint in for his first minutes, and his man gets the assist. And the reverse layup for Reimer. Jackson Rint already the 6th bench player to get minutes here for Neenah. Just 3 for DePere, which is a relatively normal amount. Neenah just happens to play a very large rotation. Fleege to the hoop. Player trying to take a charge there and called for a block was Reimer. Reimer's first. Team's 6th. So Rockets close to the bonus here. That was the case in one of their early season matchups against Hortonville. They got to the bonus very early in the first half, and Coach Rubbus was disappointed that they couldn't get to the line more to close out the first. See if it's different here tonight. 16-10, our score after the made free throw by Fleege. He's 3 for 5 at the line tonight after starting his season 4 for 4. Should say 11 on the scoreboard if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, pardon me. 10 is correct. 16-10 and a missed free throw. So Fleege has split every trip he's had to the line tonight. 16-10 our score, but Neenah maintains possession. Jacob Youngworth back into the game and in the post. Juckham needs to get it in, finds Bazaris. And it'll be Bazaris Rint, number 30, who was instrumental in Neenah's win over Oshkosh North on the road a couple weeks ago. Jacob Youngworth into the lane, looking for a foul. He'll get one. I think some DePere fans wanted a jump ball, but that'll be the 7th foul of the half against the Redbirds. That'll be on Reimer again. So Rockets into the bonus, as they've only got 3 team fouls themselves. Youngworth's free throw is good.
Number 13, Xavier Hansen checks in for the Redbirds. Is that right?
Youngworth is 1 for 3 at the line tonight, and he's got 3 points. New sub for the Redbirds, Xavier Hansen, number 13, as Youngworth makes both. We got a 4-point game. Press on for the Rockets. 16-12 our score as we approach 7 minutes remaining. Maniscalco gives to Buchter. Buchter's leading the team with 4. Very egalitarian team scoring here for the Redbirds. Youngworth might have had something in transition there. Instead, not usually a ball handler. He'll leave it for one in Bazaris. Turnover forced. First of the game by my count against the Redbirds, other than the offensive foul. Bazaris for 3 to pull the Rockets within 1. No good. This is Jack Buchter, the senior, looking for a teammate. It's going to go out of bounds. Juckham did not tip it. And another turnover for DePere. Both coaches not using their timeouts in this first half thus far. Both coaches very experienced. Over the last 5 seasons, DePere with a winning percentage of 92. They've made 5 sectional finals, like I said, and won a state title 3 years ago with a 30-0 season. They go inside again to Youngworth. He tries the reverse. Maybe he wanted a foul, but he won't get one. Xavier Hansen with a good defense. Foul here on the Rockets is against Colton Fleege, his first.
Fouls number 23. Colton Fleege is first. Team's 4th.
Sub for DePere is going to be Silas Cohen. The inbounder is Isaac Herlash. We haven't seen him score yet. He had an early foul before heading to the bench for a little while. Herlash gives to Maniscalco. Cohen looking inside, and Hansen's first touch on the offensive end. He goes for the fake against Youngworth. Youngworth doesn't bite. Good post defense. Visit Marshfield to see the largest holiday lights display in central Wisconsin, featuring over 2 million lights at Wildwood Park. Open from 5 to 9 p.m. every night now through New Year's Eve. Admission is free with a suggested donation of non-perishable food or cash. For more information, go to visitmarshfield.com. So only 3 more nights to go there. Or no, only 2 more nights, pardon me. It's the 30th. Rint with a good 3-pointer. And immediately the answer for Silas Cohen. The and one, and Rint will pick up the foul. And As Coach Rubbis said in the most recent episode of Neenah All Access, Jackson Rint is one of their most capable three-point shooters. He can get really hot really quick. Cohen does not complete the three-point play. No good on the free throw. Our score 18-15. Bazaris in for a long stretch here, coming in out of injury. Good to see that his legs are holding up. Rint again from deep, and the junior getting hot like he did a couple weeks ago in Oshkosh. We're going to have a foul on Cal Juckham. Tie game as Jackson Rint has picked up a quick 6 points here. And just as I say it, Bazaris will head to the bench, get a rest, as he missed about a 2.5 week stretch with an injury. On the break here, it's Maniscalco. He's got numbers. He's going to take it himself around Youngworth. The scoop layup, no good. Neenah looking to take their first lead of the ball game. Rint with a floater to Fleege, holds his pivot foot, and the fast break doesn't lead to anything. We'll see what Rint does here. Youngworth again posting up this on Hansen. In that game against the Spartans, they were down 10, and Rint pulled them within 3 as he made 3 3-pointers. This time he blows by his defender, mid-range J. Jackson Rint's got 8, and the Rockets have a 20-18 lead. After being down 10-1, they've gone on a 19-8 run. 4:20 in the first half. No timeouts to speak of. We haven't even headed to a commercial break yet. In the corner, Maniscalco looking for Hansen along the baseline. Dangerous pass, and Neenah forces a turnover. We'll definitely get you to commercial at the halftime break and get you updated on the top scorers and foul trouble, as well as the upcoming programming here on Zaleski Sports. We got 2 games tonight, one of them featuring a Division IV state-ranked team in the Neilsville girls team. They're at Auburndale, as Rint handles the ball here. Going baseline, Fleege met by a defender, spins away, and Colton Fleege's got 8 as well to tie him for the Rocket lead, and they're up 4. Timeout called by Brian Winchester. 30-second timeout. We'll take a quick break on Zaleski Sports.
I think a lot of people choose a career in criminal justice because they want to help people and make a difference. At Fox Valley Technical College, it's much deeper than that. I feel a sense of purpose.
I'm training at a one-of-a-kind center, learning from instructors who care, who've done the job and know what it takes to be successful.
This is more than just a career. This is what I was meant to do.
I'm building a future I'm proud of at Fox Valley Tech.
Welcome back on Zaleski Sports, live from Mequon, Wisconsin at Concordia University, Wisconsin. Home of the Falcons. On our scoreboard right now in the arena, it says Falcons 22, Guest 18. Of course, the home team is Neenah, so they'll take that side of the scoreboard. They're up 4. De Pere using their first timeout late in the first half, a 30-second timeout for Coach Winchester. Neenah has all 5 remaining. Cohen guarded by Charles. Charles struggling to get back on defense, but does a good job of moving his feet and forcing a tough layup for Cohen. Another defensive stop for Neenah. This is our final game of the day here from the WBY shootout, but it's a run of FVA teams, as after this, Kaukauna will play Marquette University from Milwaukee. Or no, pardon me, that's 2 games from now. West Allis Central versus Appleton North is the next game here. But this is our final broadcast of the night on Zaleski Sports. They go inside to Youngworth. He kicks Charles to Farrell. Haven't seen Henry in the game for a while, number 12. Jacob Youngworth to Fleege, open for 3 over a defender, no good. Good effort on the recovery there from number 11, Will Krieger, making it a tougher shot on Fleege. Redbird's a great 3-point shooting team themselves, as they've made just 2 tonight. Jump ball will stick with De Pere. So far in the year, De Pere averaging about 59 shots a game. Almost 28 of those are 3-pointers, so nearly 50%, or no, pardon me, over 50%. Or I think I was right the first time. 28 divided by 59. Oh, under 50%, but close. And the Redbirds have really been shooting it well from outside to start this season, especially Maniscalco, who I don't believe has attempted one yet. On the block, it's Krieger. He finds Herlash. Herlash's three, no good. Number 22 is a 44% shooter so far this season. Those stats are only through 4 games, so a bit of a small sample size. Give and go, Charles Farrell. Trey White with the assist as Henry Farrell gets on the board. Nice give and go. 24-18 as the Rockets have gotten into a nice rhythm on offense. Open for 3, Kaysen Gregory, no good, and out of bounds right to Coach Rubbis. Gregory was left open there as Farrell left him on the three-point line, but not able to make the shot. Could have been just what the Redbirds needed. 24-18 our score at the half, or score nearing the half. Trey White gives to Caper. Caper handoff to Matthias Charles. Charles yet to get on the scoreboard, but he's had plenty of good looks. And that one will stay with the Rockets. If you're unfamiliar with the Wisconsin Basketball Yearbook Shootout, 9 games over 9 games each over a period of 3 days. This year, there was a break in the middle because it was Sunday. Held at Concordia University, Wisconsin. This is the first time in a couple years they've had an out-of-state team come play here. Back in the day, DeMarcus Cousins played at this tournament from Alabama or Mississippi high school, I can't recall. And this year it was WIAA from Minnesota. Christian Wiggins, their top player, he's going to Iowa State next year, as well as a Nolan Anderson, I believe is his name, a Minnesota recruit. Trey White into the lane. Gregory with the defense, got a block there, and the shot goes wild. Under a minute to go in the first half. Rockets up 6. Redbirds have been held scoreless for a couple of minutes now. Rockets on a 23-8 run to close out the half. See if DePere elects to hold for the last shot here. He's still got 30-plus seconds. I would imagine no, as they're just going to look for their best available option. Foul will put DePere at the line as they're into the single bonus. Trey White's second. 7th team foul for the Rockets. Buchter already 2 for 2 on the night, shooting 66% on the season. This will be a 1-and-1. He's got to make the first to earn the second. With 28.4 to go, this is a live ball for the senior Buchter. Makes his first free throw. Back into the game, Xavier Bazaris. So Neenah playing, as I'm looking at the bench now, you got 6 different players with their warm-up jerseys taken off, warm-up t-shirts, I should say. So they've already played 11 guys tonight, and you could potentially see a couple more. Bazaris gives to Rint, and it looks like Neenah's going to hold for the last shot. 15 seconds to go. Caper guarded by Gregory. 24-20 our score after Buchter made the 2 free throws. Caper is a capable three-point shooter. He's 2 for 3 on the year, so they can't leave him unattended on the outside. Fleege will go for the buzzer beater. No good. He had one a couple weeks ago against North. That one doesn't fall. And at the half, 24-20, the home team, Neenah on top of DePere. We will head to our halftime break and come back with leading scorers and foul trouble on Zaleski Sports.
We're back with Better Halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time? I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I won't treat you like a number. I've got award-winning service and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
Cobuson Bus is hiring. It's drivers that they need. Cobuson Bus is hiring. It's the perfect job for me.
Cobuson Buses would like to thank all of our school bus drivers throughout the state of Wisconsin for their safe driving. If you would like to make a difference in your community with a fun and rewarding part-time job, apply at cobuson.com.
Cobuson Buses hiring is the perfect job for me.
At Ridgestop Exteriors, we're more than your average home improvement company. We're your neighbors, and for over 20 years, we've been trusted and proudly serving right here in your community. Customer service is our #1 goal. Call now for your free estimate.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
Thank you for helping Abbey Bank become the most highly recommended community bank.
Thank you to all of our customers for helping us be successful.
Thank you for putting your trust in us.
Thank you for your loyalty.
Thank you for helping us support our communities.
We are grateful for customers like you.
Thank you to all of our customers. We hope to see you soon.
Abbey Bank. They make banking about you. Abbey Bank is member FDIC.
Nestled in the Wildwood Park and Zoo, the Marshfield Rotary Winter Wonderland has dazzled families with over 1 million lights displayed. Admission is free. Cash donations and non-perishable items encouraged. The Winter Wonderland is open November 28th through December 31st.
Welcome back at the half. Neenah with a 24-20 lead over the De Pere Redbirds. My name is Gunnar Zipper, joined by Elijah Vangzalata and Matt Peck on the production side tonight. Our leading scorers of the half, we'll do the road team first. For De Pere, Jack Buchter with 6. Silas Cohen with 4 off the bench. Javon Miller and Will Krieger both with 1 3-pointer apiece. And Maniscalco held to 2 in the first half after been averaging 23 on the season. And Bennett Reimer also with 2 for De Pere. And on the other side for Neenah, Jackson Rint with 8 points, as well as Colton Fleege with 5. I thought he had 8. I was mistaken. Jacob Youngworth with 4. Cal Juckham with 3. And 2 apiece for Henry Farrell and Xavier Bazaris. In the first half, Rockets 5 for 10 at the line. That's probably one of the few things Coach Rubbis was going to talk about at the half, wanted them to improve upon. Whereas the Redbirds 4 for 5 from the line, so shooting better, but really weren't getting to the free throw stripe much in the first. Both teams with 7 team fouls. Did my best to keep track of fouls here. We've got Bennett Reimer with 2 for De Pere, and for the Rockets, you've got Trey White and Nick Schultz with 2 apiece. So the Rockets leading at half despite Nick Schultz not playing much, their top scorer, and he's not on the score sheet yet, averaging about 10.4 a game. But that's sort of the Rockets' MO. They're a deep team. They're going to have a bunch of guys score between 6 and 8 in a given night. They're going to play a rotation of 11 to 13 guys. And so far, it's looking like that. Early in the first half, 10-1 lead for De Pere before the Rockets got settled in more on offense. And towards the end of the half, it was Jackson Rint taken over with 2 3-pointers and a mid-range jumper. 8 points for him in the half, and his first, the jumper pulled the Rockets ahead for their first lead of the game. Colton Fleege's been all over this one. He's already gone to the line 3 times. He's 3 for 6 and almost had that buzzer beater at the end there. Meanwhile, for De Pere, surprising, Noah Maniscalco only with 2 points so far, averaging 23. Also off their pace so far this season. Will Krieger with only 3 in the first half. He's averaging about 15. Isaac Herlash has been held scoreless. He averages nearly 11. So Neenah has identified the guys they want to focus their defense on and done a good job in the first half. Neither team in big foul trouble as we head to the second. Other games tonight on Zaleski Sports, we talked about that Neillsville girls game at Auburndale. That's a number 5 ranked team in Division 4, Neillsville, at Auburndale squad that's 6-2 on the year. And our other game tonight Medford boys basketball at Wausau East. No games for the next 2 days on Zaleski Sports, but you've got on Friday Pittsville girls basketball at Auburndale. Boys basketball action, Neilsville at Division 4 number 5 Marathon, who's 6-0, and then in Abbotsford at Spencer girls boys doubleheader coming up this Friday, January 2nd on Zaleski Sports. We will take another quick commercial break here before coming back for the second half.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
I think a lot of people choose a career in criminal justice because they want to help people and make a difference. At Fox Valley Technical College, it's much deeper than that. I feel a sense of purpose.
I'm training at a one-of-a-kind center, learning from instructors who care, who've done the job and know what it takes to be successful.
This is more than just a career. This is what I was meant to do.
I'm building a future I'm proud of at Fox Valley Tech.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Just about 30 seconds left in the halftime break. Back on Zaleski Sports, Gunnar Zippert along with Matt Peck producing now and Elijah Vanks-Solata. Stay tuned all this basketball season for Neenah Rockets Basketball All Access, covering both this Coach Rubis' squad on the boys' side and Coach Andy Brownell's Division I ranked squad for the girls, as well as Fall Creek Crickets Basketball All Access, produced by Dan Lau. Over on the west side of the state in the Clover Belt Conference, plenty of girls and boys basketball behind-the-scenes coverage for you this season on Zaleski Sports. Those are not live streams. Those are releases as videos on our YouTube channel, updated approximately every other week for both the Rockets and Crickets editions. Most recent Rockets edition had footage from that game at Oshkosh North for the boys squad, and then the girls team was at Oshkosh West. Coming up on the next episode for Neenah, at least, we'll have coverage from this game, as well as Neenah's girls' defeat against Appleton East, a great shooting squad last Tuesday. Into the second half, Neenah with the first possession. They find themselves up 4. Starting lineup back out there for the Rockets. They used 6 different reserves in the first half. Part of that was out of necessity for Nick Schultz, as he had 2 fouls. And pardon me, Jackson Rint on the floor to start the second half here, and that'll be a foul on Jackson Rint, his second. So the lone starter on the bench for the Rockets is Henry Farrell, as he will not open the second half, but we'll certainly see him in the second frame here. So a turnover to start things off for the Rockets. By my count, they only had 2 in the first half. Pull-up jumper is good for Will Krieger. He's got 5 points, and the Redbirds are within 2. And the low scoring of this game really does make sense when you think about the strengths of both of these teams. Neenah, a strong defensive team, and the Redbirds, very much the same. Caper missed the first and drew a foul on the second there. He looks at his hands and looks to the sky. But he'll have a chance to get 2 points on the board here. Caper so far this season, 6 for 9 at the line. Trying to get on the board, and he does just that. His first point of the game. 25-22 our score. Caper now a 70% shooter, and he'll raise his percentage even higher as he goes 2 for 2. Neenah with their press after the made free throw baskets. They'll back off a bit as Maniscalco brings it down the floor against Fleege. Maniscalco draws a foul against Fleege, and that's Fleege's second. So both Rint and Fleege picking up their seconds, the two junior guards starting this second half, along with the seniors Juckham, Schultz, and Caper. Same starting lineup for the Redbirds. You got Maniscalco who dished it in there. Now from outside, shot is no good from Buchter. Pass up ahead to Rint, slows him down a bit, and they'll settle in to their half-court offense. Juckham at the top of the key. He's going to give it to Schultz here, and Schultz will run the offense. Schultz committed to D3 Bethel University. An honorable mention, all FVA pick last year. Here's Cal Juckham driving the lane. The Rockets lost 4 starters themselves to graduation from last season. Fleege with the jumper. No, dishes it to Caper. Caper needs to make his decision here. Pulls up with the shot. Couldn't risk a 3-second violation. No good for the big man. Top of the key, it's Bennett Reimer as Jacob Youngworth checks in. Jumping the pass is Nick Schultz in transition. The Division III commit will get the basket. Coming to Bethel University next year, but looking to finish out his high school career. A 3-year contributor for Coach Rubbis. 2-year starter, Nick Schultz. Him and Caper, the only players with starting experience returning to the squad this year. Driving baseline, reverse layup, no good for Maniscalco. A 6-point lead for the Rockets, looking to add. In transition, well guarded there was Jackson Rint by Buchter. And they'll settle into their half-court offense yet again. Just about 3 minutes gone by here in the first half, or second half, pardon me. And the scoring has been 4-2 in the second frame in favor of Neenah. Turnover here for the Rockets, their second of the half. Maniscalco with the Euro step reverse in transition. And maybe that'll get him going a little bit as he has struggled so far to get on the board. He's just got 4 points after averaging 23 a game in their first 5. Schultz from the corner. Mid-range jumper no good. Fleege flies in on the offensive board as he commonly does. Neenah, a very good rebounding team, and that'll make up for not having one go-to offensive player as they get a lot of second chances. Azaris in for Rint, Youngworth in for Caper, and Charles comes in for Juckham. So Schultz and Fleege still on the floor from the lineup that started the half. DePere making a sub of their own. Silas Cohen, number 1, the sophomore. He's got 4 points, and he'll man the offense. One of the youngest players in this game, as Neenah doesn't have any sophomores or freshmen on their roster. We've seen 3 sophomores get playing time for DePere. From the top of the key, though, it's the junior, Will Krieger. 27-28 is our score. Krieger has 8, the most of any Redbird. And DePere pulled himself back within 1. Schultz on the drive, gets a defender to fly in the air. That was Buchter. Schultz can't get the shot to go, but will go to the line.
DePere foul, number 10, Jack Buchter. First, team second.
Buchter's first, team second of the half. And Nick Schultz so far on the year from the line, 6 for 7, good for 86%. Schultz gets the first. He was held scoreless in the first half. I've got to believe that's the first time that's happened this year. And he's already got 4 here in the second. Cohen guarded by Schultz, as both teams have stuck in man all night. The pregame report from Coach Rubbis was that don't expect any sort of zone from DePere. Nice back cut for Buchter, and an even better find for Cohen. Buchter's got 8. That ties him with Krieger for the team lead. And again, it's a 1-point game. Youngworth from the top of the key. He's also a decent three-point shooter. He's made a couple this season. So they can't leave him unattended out there. It's going to be a defensive foul on Silas Cohen. His second. It's been a tightly called second half so far. Both teams with 3 fouls, as we're not even 5 minutes in. Neenah got into the bonus with about 7 minutes to go in the first half, but we're not able to get to the line very much down the stretch. They did shoot 10 free throws in the first, but many of those came early. Schultz gets the inbound from Charles. Schultz pulls up for 3 from the college range, and the future Bethel University guard knocks it down as he's got 7 in the half. 33-29. For 3, it's Krieger, and Fleege's going to be called for the foul, and Krieger will get 3 shots. Krieger to the line here. He is a 100% shooter at the line this year, but don't get too excited. Just 1 attempt thus far. Gets the first one to go, and it's a 3-point game. Visit Marshfield to see the largest holiday lights display in central Wisconsin, featuring over 2 million lights at Wildwood Park. Open every night from 5 to 9 p.m., going on now through New Year's Eve, so today and tomorrow. Admission is free with a suggested donation of non-perishable food or cash. For more information, go to visitmarshfield.com. Krieger makes 2 out of 3. He missed the middle one there. And we've got a 2-point ball game. Bazaris will handle the offense for Neenah. Ball screen from Youngworth, not taking it. Charles instead in the corner. Matthias will take the screen, head to the hoop, found some space, and will reset the offense. Fleege now with 3 fouls for the Rockets. He stays in the game. And that's another advantage for Neenah, having such a deep lineup. In transition, this is Herlash against Schultz. Gets it to go. And we're tied at 33. And that'll be the first timeout used by Neenah. We'll head to a quick break ourselves on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fear, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Welcome back on Zaleski Sports. We're tied at 33, 12 and a half to go in the second half. Live from Concordia University Mequon, our final game broadcasted here today. A couple more games going on after this, including some more Fox Valley Association schools, but we will not have those on our airwaves. Appleton North getting ready to take on West Allis Central. Kaukauna will take on Marquette from Milwaukee, the Marquette University High School. Nick Schultz out of the timeout, first used by Coach Rubbis. So both teams with 4 remaining. Fleege drives to the baseline, needs some help, and airs it back out for Nick Schultz. Charles guarded by Cohen. Nick Schultz on the top of the key. And they're going to use up some clock here on this possession, already at 30 seconds. Schultz gives to Fleege, who's playing with 3 fouls. As I was saying before the commercial break, it's another advantage of having such a deep lineup for the Rockets. Fleege can stay on the floor with his 3 fouls, and even if he does foul out, you've got plenty of players able to take his place. Charles with the spin move. Fadeaway jumper for Matthias is good. His first points of the ball game. And every scorer of the second half so far for the Rockets did not score in the first. Caper, Schultz, and Charles in transition. The 3-pointer good for Silas Cohen. And DePere with their first lead since the first half. As Cohen was left open in transition. Schultz gives to Charles. eight different scorers for the Rockets so far. Only five in the first half, and then 3 more in the second. Charles gives to Bezeris, open for 3. No good. Charles again on the offensive glass, and loses his dribble, tries to save it. And a timeout called by Coach Rubbis. Another 30-second timeout. We can keep it here. Great play from Charles. Just lost his handle a little bit and kept the play alive before his coach was able to bail him out. So now 3 timeouts remaining for Neenah. They've used 2 30-second timeouts. Winchester has used just 1 30-second timeout for De Pere, Coach Winchester. Coach Rubbis is assisted by Ron Billman, Al Krieger, Mike Johnson, Matt Kinderman, whereas Coach Winchester assisted by Jake Zeitler, Brian Pritzel, and John Gruenberg. These are 2 of the top programs in the state, let alone 2 of the top programs in northeastern Wisconsin in Division I. Neenah with a higher enrollment than De Pere, but both firmly within the Division I threshold, and somehow have not met in the last 24 seasons. Schultz gives to Juckham in the corner, and possibly longer. The records I was looking at didn't go back farther than the 02-03 season. Crossover from Rint, pulls up, jumper, rims out, and an offensive board for Juckham, the second on this possession that went through the timeout break. Fleege with the reverse layup, and Colton did a nice job of absorbing the contact from Cohen and then finishing. 37-36 our score. Under 10.5 to go. Maniscalco for De Pere. Driving to the hoop is Maniscalco. Kicking to Gregory. Gregory finds Cohen. He made his last 3-pointer and gets another, as he's got 10 on the game. And now De Pere finds themselves up 2. No turnovers yet in the half for De Pere, and that had to have been something Coach Winchester stressed at halftime. Schultz with the screen from Youngworth gives to the corner. Neenah with 4 turnovers in this half, including a couple of moving screens. Fleege gets downhill. Layup is good. Colton Fleege has 9 points to lead the Rockets. And we're tied at 39. Cohen gets ahead of steam of himself. Rint up ahead. He's got Fleege with him. 2-on-2. Rint's going to take it himself. No good. And the board for Reimer. Back the other way come the Redbirds. They've got a 3-on-3. Gregory stops and will set up shop. The 3-pointer for Maniscalco. No good. He's had a tough day offensively, as he's been held to just 4 points after averaging 23 coming into this one. I feel like a broken record, but his offensive stats early this season have been so impressive. He's shooting nearly 50% from 3-point land coming into this one, at least through their first 4 games. Stats from yesterday against MAS not up yet. The officials were not sure of who it was off of there, and eventually they rule that it's going to be De Pere ball. De Pere will inbound against the press here. Juckham guarding the inbound man. Schultz on Maniscalco. They're going to need a third guy to get involved. It's Buchter with Rint on him. And we're into the 4th quarter of this one as we're under 9 minutes to go. Buchter gets a screen from Krieger, and they switch. Krieger with the size mismatch on Rint now. On the other side, it's Javon Miller. He gives to Maniscalco. Absorbs some contact from Fleege. No foul called. Good for Fleege. But Maniscalco will knock down the shot to make it 41-39. Schultz guarded by Buchter, pardon me, as Maniscalco's now got 6. Rint feeds it into Youngworth. This was the theme of the early first half, and the help defense has gotten more aggressive as Youngworth has proved to De Pere they're going to need a second guy helping out his man. Foul on the block here against De Pere. That's on Bennett Reimer, his 3rd personal. And for the Redbirds, a player with 3 fouls is a little bit more significant as they played less bench players in the first half, mainly 3 bench players. We saw a little bit of Xavier Hansen. Charles goes downhill yet again, met by Miller. Crossover, Charles goes left, finds Caper. Caper absorbs contact from Reimer, can't get it to go. Caper struggling to finish at the hoop tonight. Getting back on defense here, though, against Reimer. 41-39, De Pere leads, looking to add to it here. Miller guarded by Rint, layup no good. He wanted a foul, doesn't get it. Charles 3-on-2 the other way. Juckum was looking for Schultz, decided against it. Charles drives, spin move with the left, no good. Schultz flies in, no whistle. Crazy rebounding stretch there. You had a De Pere player on his back. That was Bennett Reimer with the rebound, and Coach Winchester calls a timeout. We'll take one ourselves here, a 30-second timeout on Zaleski Sports.
Mega Custom Apparel, your local source for quality, custom decorated clothing and products. Discover a wide range of products from corporate casual wear to team uniforms, promotional items, sporting goods, and awards. Don't settle for less. With our in-house production, we will make your name or event stand out with custom sports jerseys, branded cooler bags, and personalized can coolers. Celebrate team success with custom awards and promotional items. At Meta Custom Apparel, we put your brand first. Explore your options today at metacustom.com.
7:08 to go here, live from Mequon. De Pere up 41-39 on Neenah, and they've got possession against the Neenah press right here. Stay tuned for the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. We'll have an interview with the winning head coach and a player of their choosing will be put in the Zaleski Sports Highlight House. Isaac Herlash driving against Charles. Gives to Bennett Reimer. Man defense still for the Rockets. They've used zone at some points this season, but not tonight. Buchter in the corner, guarded by Schultz. And the scoop layup for Buchter, good. They've got a 4-point lead. Buchter's got 8 in the game. Screen from Juckum for Schultz. And Neenah looking a little hesitant here on offense. Schultz drives, gives to Rint from the corner for 3. No good this time. He had the hot hand in the first. Juckum guarding Krieger, and top of the key now, getting ahead of steam is Herlash to the hoop. And the Rockets, the Redbirds on a run here as Herlash now has 4 in the game. De Pere up 6. 45-39. Schultz around his defender, shot fake, and relocated up to Juckum. Bazaris and Silas Cohen checked in at the scorer's table right now. Schultz with the handoff for Rint. And De Pere not allowing Neenah any space on the three-point line. Rint goes inside to Caper. Caper backing down Reimer, and that'll be the 4th foul on Reimer. He reached in. See if Coach Winchester has to pull him off the floor here. He does just that as Kaysen Gregory comes in. So Reimer's 4th, the Redbirds 5th. The Rockets maybe will be able to get to the line late here in the second half and cut into the 6-point lead. Rint with the shot fake and absorbs a foul before his shot goes down. That will not count. It's going to be the 3rd on Maniscalco. Sixth team foul. 5:21 to go here in the second half. Juckum on the inbound, gets it to Rint. So now you got Maniscalco playing with 3, Reimer on the bench with 4. Caper backing down Gregory. Shot fake, and gets it to go. Rain Caper's first field goal of the game after he's had a couple of misses where he's been visibly frustrated. Good to see Roan get on the board from the field. He's got 4 points. Cohen, handoff to to Buchter. We'll have a full timeout called by Coach Winchester. His Redbirds are up 4 on Zaleski Sports.
Looking for a place where everyone feels at home? Welcome to Point Brewery, your family-friendly tap room with something for everyone. From a wide variety of local brews to classic Point sodas for the kids, we've got the perfect pour for everyone. Craving a bite? We've got hot, cheesy Portesi pizzas ready when you are. Whether you're hanging out inside or soaking up the sun in our outdoor beer garden, there's space to unwind. Planning a celebration? Reserve our private event room and make it a gathering to remember. Point Brewery, good times, great taste, all on tap.
Help us create iron castings the world uses and trusts. At WIAA Foundry, you're not just making parts. It's the pride in what you do, the quality of people beside you, and the career you create. What we make matters. Who makes them matters more. Join us. Cast your future at WIAA Foundry. Visit jobs.wapakafoundry.com. Go Comets!
Welcome back on Zaleski Sports. Just under 5 minutes to go. De Pere with a 45-41 lead. The inbound will be for De Pere on their own end. 45-41. The Redbirds have outscored Neenah 25-17 here in the second half after being down 24-20 at halftime. Cohen gives to Buchter. Buchter's got 8. One of the top Redbird scorers. Here's Will Krieger guarded by Juckum. Juckum sliding his feet. And Buchter around Rint. Kicks to the corner. Maniscalco open for 3. Big shot for Noah Maniscalco to put the Redbirds up 7. Maniscalco had no points in the first half. He's got 7 here in the second. And now the Rockets are going to need to show some resolve here to close out this one. They were able to come back from being down 10 at Oshkosh North 2 weeks ago. They're down 7 here with just over 4 minutes to go. Caper goes baseline on Gregory. Kicks it to Juckum. Juckum, a rare three-point attempt, and he knocks it down. Cal Juckum makes the 3, and another timeout called by Coach Rubbis. We can keep it here as we were just at commercial break. So that's Cal Juckum's second 3 of the game, as we've got a 4-point ball game. He's got 6 points. Final game of the day here from Concordia University, Wisconsin in Mequon. We've covered 2 games today and plenty of games, I believe 4 yesterday and a couple on Saturday as well. Always a joy to come here. The tournament hosted by the Wisconsin Basketball Yearbook, Mark Miller's publication, now over 40 years running. 27 games featuring some of the top teams in the state and occasionally a team from outside the state, as WIAA from Minnesota was here this year playing 2 games. They won against Nicolay today, played West Allis Central yesterday. West Allis Central coming up after this one against Appleton North. And then Kaukauna will play Marquette before the shootout concludes tonight. I know it's Pius playing. They're playing Catholic Memorial out of Waukesha. So 2 Catholic schools there. Milwaukee versus Waukesha. 4:03 to go. Coach Rubbis calling the timeout after the 3-pointer from Juckum. They will set up the full court press, and De Pere was able to talk that over. Buchter lowering her in the shoulder into Rint there. It's going to be a physical matchup here the final 4 minutes. Krieger looking to Buchter. Rint getting a handle on it. Almost got the steal. For 3, Krieger no good, and the board to Juckum. A stop for Neenah, even though they left Krieger open for 3. Fortunate bounce for them, as the Redbirds have made 4 3-pointers here in the second half after only making 2 in the first. Schultz is going to go baseline, gives to Juckum, and they're looking for Caper inside again, and it's the starting lineup of the second half. Here's Rint for 3, no good, and a defensive rebound for Krieger. Checking in for De Pere, Bennett Reimer with his 4 fouls. along with Isaac Herlash. 4-point lead for De Pere out of the Fox River Classic. Both of these teams tied for first in their conference. Neenah out of the FVA. De Pere 5-0 on the year. They're ranked in the Bound Zaleski polls. They're up to 3. Neenah was ranked in the preseason polls for both Bound and Prep Hoops, but they have not been ranked since official play started. Cohen drives, and a steal for Rint. Rint out in transition, doesn't have the numbers. He had Caper with him, but nobody else, and plenty of De Pere defenders back. By my very unofficial track, that's the first turnover of the half for De Pere, other than that moving screen. Schultz with the mid-range jumper pulls his team within 2. We've got a one-possession game, 48-46. Schultz has 9 in the half after being scoreless the first 18 minutes. At the scorers table, Reimer and Herlash for the Redbirds as Krieger to the hoop against Caper. Caper gets the block, or at least alters the shot. And now Neenah with a chance to tie. Nice pass from Schultz to Juckham. What a find from the senior Nick Schultz, and Juckham does his part on the receiving end. We're tied at 48. 1:40 to go, 100 seconds left in this one. Checked in for the Rockets, you got Fleege and Youngworth. And a timeout called by Coach Winchester of De Pere. Yet to see if it is a full timeout. We will head to a commercial on Zaleski Sports.
Did you know we carry chocolate that can help you stay strong and fit this holiday season?
Cobuson Bus is hiring. It's drivers that they need. Cobuson Bus is hiring. It's the perfect job for me.
Cobuson Buses would like to thank all of our school bus drivers throughout the state of Wisconsin for their safe driving. If you would like to make a difference in your community with a fun and rewarding part-time job, apply at cobuson.com.
Cobuson Bus is hiring. It's the perfect job for me.
1:36 to go here from the Rick Majarius WBY Shootout on Zaleski Sports. My name is Gunnar Sippert, joined by Matt Peck and Elijah Vangsolata on the production side today. They had the earlier game between Oshkosh North and Slinger. You'll see the players kind of gathering on the sidelines here. You see Appleton North maybe on the right side of the court. They've got the gold Rick Majarius Shootout shirts on. They'll be taking on West Allis Central. Again, this is our final broadcast of the day, but if you're a boys basketball fan here in the state of Wisconsin, encourage you to make the trip out here to the WBY Shootout. Always some of the best games of the year in the regular season, at least. Tied at 48. Maniscalco coming on here in the second half. He's got 7 after not scoring in the first. He's guarded by Fleege. Fleege's got 3 fouls. Maniscalco gets to the hoop. Tough bounce for De Pere, as that one certainly looked like it was going in. And we'll see how much clock the Neenah Rockets choose to use here. We're at 1:10 to go. 6 team fouls for the Redbirds, so Neenah will be into the bonus if they pick up another foul. Youngworth going at Reimer. He's got 4 fouls. Youngworth can't get the hook to go. And Reimer with the clean defense. Maniscalco Euro stepping around Juckham. And it's 50-48. De Pere with the lead. They've had a small lead for much of the second half after the Rockets were up 4 at the break. Schultz again for the mid-range jumper. This time it's off the mark, and the rebound to De Pere. They maybe had numbers there but didn't realize it. They were going to try to take out the clock. Juckham got on the floor with the steal, and another timeout called. It'll be a full timeout. We'll keep it here, as the second half has been full of timeouts after the first didn't feature very many. Don't have timeouts remaining on the scoreboard here. I believe both sides have 1 full timeout left. The Euro step there for Maniscalco. He's got 9 in the half. He had 2 in the first half, so he's got 11 total. And stay tuned for the Nasonville Dairy postgame show, folks. We'll have an interview with the winning head coach, and a player of their choosing will be put in the Zaleski Sports Highlight House. Please bear with us if it does take a little while to corral the coach, as the other teams are going to start warming up for the next game. We'll do our best to get that postgame interview to you as soon as possible. As we're getting ready to come out of the halftime break here. 50-48. Coach Rubbis' fourth timeout used. And as the players take the court again, each year more than 6,000 high school students get a head start on their college education thanks to dual credit classes made possible by Fox Valley Technical College. These are college-level classes that high school students take for free, saving on average more than $600 per student. Learn more at fvtc.edu/gettechnical. And we'll see if this is the final possession of the game. Neenah, down 2, needs to at least get a 2-point basket to tie. Schultz's shot no good. Youngworth tips it to the air. Fleege's got the board. He finds Schultz. Under 20 to go. And now it certainly appears this will be the last possession of the game. Schultz draws the foul, and he will head to the line for a 1-and-1. That's the 7th on the Redbirds. Maniscalco's 4th, so he's at risk of fouling out. As we're at 12 seconds to go here, Schultz will have a 1-and-1. He's 2 for 2 at the line tonight, 8 for 9 on the season. First one no good. Fleege with the board, almost loses it, and we're going to have a jump ball, or will it be a foul? And it's a foul, as the near side official, pardon me, timeout called for Neenah. I guess not a foul, as Fleege was trying to corral the rebound there. I think it's a 30-second timeout. We can keep it here. Oh, no, full timeout. We will still keep it here, just as we've only got 9 seconds left to go to this one, and we'll head to the Nasonville Dairy postgame show after that. So Fleege gets up for the offensive rebound there off the missed free throw from Schultz. Neenah keeping their hopes alive here. They've got possession. 7 team fouls on the Redbirds, so they're not going to foul intentionally, even though Schultz missed that one there. An intentional foul gives Neenah a chance to make 2 free throws and tie this one. No sense in doing that. So it'll be the final possession of the game, most likely. Neenah looking to tie things up, or perhaps even take a truly late lead here from Concordia University, Wisconsin, home of the Falcons, a D3 NCAA program, playing in the NACC. And that's another portion of attending the WBUI shootout. The people manning the concession stand here, it's the Concordia University men's basketball team. Schultz will be the inbounder. 9.3 to go. You've got Fleege on the floor. Jackson Rint, a three-point shooting threat. They get it to Youngworth. Dribble handoff to Schultz. Schultz with 6 to go. Shot fake, off 1 foot. It's short. Fleege with another offensive board. Fleege for 3. Off the mark. Tip for Youngworth. Ties it. And we're headed to overtime. What a play for the Rockets. Schultz's shot no good. Fleege keeps it alive. And Jacob Youngworth with the right-handed tip into the basket. We're tied at 50. Maybe not how Coach Rubbis drew it up, but great execution from his players to get 2 offensive rebounds there and multiple more in that possession. You had Fleege getting the one before the timeout break off the Schultz miss, so at least 3 in that possession. We're going to have a 4-minute overtime period as we're knotted at 50. If you're just joining us here in the second half, it was 24-20 at the halftime break in favor of Neenah. So the Redbirds outscoring Neenah 30-26 in the second. Well played second half from both schools, but Neenah with 4 turnovers, perhaps wishing they could have some of those back. De Pere in significantly more foul trouble. You got Bennett Reimer with 4, Noah Maniscalco, their leading scorer coming into tonight, who he's got 11 after a slow first half in this one. He's got 4 fouls as well. And then for Neenah, you got Colton Fleege with 3, and That's their only player that's close to fouling out. Just 4 team fouls for the Rockets, so it would take quite a few for Pere to get to the bonus. Rockets currently in the single bonus with 7 Pere fouls. They'll be shooting the rest of the way on any defensive fouls or loose ball fouls for the Redbirds. An offensive foul against Pere will not result in free throws, but just a turnover. We'll have a jump here to start the overtime period. The 6'9" Roan Caper against 6'5" Will Krieger. The senior for Neenah against the junior from Pere. Caper wins it. He's got the significant height advantage there. Krieger listed as a guard, even though he is 6'5". And immediately Jacob Youngworth checks in, so they had Caper in just to win the tip there. Schultz no good, and Fleege can't grab the board this time. Pere with a stop to open the extra session. Buchter. Buchter manning the offense for Pere. 3.5 to go after Neenah not able to score on the first possession of overtime. We're knotted at 50. Caper on Reimer. Back cut for Maniscalco. He got loose from Rint. And Maniscalco opens up the extra session. 52-50 in favor of the Redbirds now. Neenah's only had a few leads in the second half since surrendering it. They're going to go straight at Reimer. He's got 4 fouls. Caper can't get it to go. Can't get a second shot to go. Fleege with the board. Fleege can't finish, and no foul called. Clean defense for Pere underneath there, as they were not able to grab the rebound. Buchter crosses over on Juckum and blows by Schultz. It's a 4-point lead for the Redbirds, as Neenah has not opened the overtime period as they would have hoped. And Youngworth remains checked in at the scorer's table, ready to come in. When Schultz for 3 knocks it down, pulls Schultz. Schultz pulls the Rockets within 1 as we've got 2:20 to go. Schultz didn't score in the first half. He's got 3 in the overtime period after scoring 10 in the second. 11. So 14 on the game for Schultz. Getting downhill again. Maniscalco, he took a tumble, as I didn't see Fleege was there setting up for the charge. Fleege gets called on the block, and Maniscalco will head to the line. That's Colton Fleege's 4th. Team's 5th. Maniscalco with his team up 1 on the season. He is 21 for 22 at the line, so this is his first free throw attempt of the night. Typically, he gets to the line much more often. Not good on the first one there, and you see him tapping his legs. I think he was a little shaken up after that tumble to the floor. Fleege heads off along with Caper, Bazaris, and Youngworth back for the Rockets. First free throw no good for Maniscalco. He can make it a 2-point game and does just that. 55-53. Neenah able to pull even on this possession if they can convert. Nick Schultz with the big 3-pointer on their last trip down. Under 2 minutes to go. Schultz with the handoff to Bazaris. And Neenah's going to be content to take some clock here and look for their shot. Schultz getting the hard closeout from Buchter. And Nick not feeling comfortable pulling up there. Neenah wants a better shot. Something to consider. Neenah can get to the line here if they draw a foul. They go inside, and again, it's Reimer with 4 fouls. Youngworth able to go over him. He misses out of bounds. Nearly saving it was Maniscalco, but his foot was on the line. Neenah has been willing to attack Bennett Reimer with his 4 fouls, but Youngworth and Caper just haven't been able to get shots to go, and Reimer, to his credit, has played straight-up defense and made them feel uncomfortable. Youngworth hands it back to the inbound man. It's Schultz with a long 2. No good, and a defensive board for Maniscalco. 1:15 to go in overtime. 55-53. Pere on top. Driving left is Buchter. He fakes the handoff. Play action there to Maniscalco. It fooled even me. And Pere truly will be able to use some time here, or will be wanting to use some time. Bazaris with the foul. Bazaris is second. And the 6th for the Rockets. So now the Rockets, with their next foul, are at risk of putting the Redbirds at the line. Under a minute to go, 58.1. DePere already up 2. Get it into Maniscalco. Maniscalco has been huge in the second half and in overtime. Herlash on the right wing. Tough defense there from Charles. He is all up on him with the pressure D. 40 seconds to go. Rint gets sent to the floor on the jab step there. Herlash, and Charles is going to foul. So the intentional foul from Neenah will put Isaac Herlash at the line. He's 4 for 6 on the year. 1-1 coming up here. 30.6 seconds remaining as both teams are into the single bonus now. Herlash makes the first, and he'll get a second. It's a 3-point lead for Coach Winchester and the Redbirds in what has turned into a classic here at the WBY shootout. And now a 2-possession lead, 57-53. The Rockets need a score here, and then we'll need to get a stop. Charles looking for Schultz. Hands off to Schultz. Under 20 seconds to go. Rockets need to get a shot up here. Juckham finds Rint, and DePere with the suffocating defense. Under 10 to go. They need to get a shot off. Juckham will pull up the long 2. The runner, no good. Youngworth with the offensive board. 3-pointer for Rint, can pull within 1. He does just that, and there's a second to go. So Neenah will immediately foul coming out of this. But it was just a little too hesitant to take their shot there. Nice job from Jackson Rint, nailing the shot from the corner. We'll see what Coach Rubbis draws up out of the timeout break here. We'll keep it here, as this is a 30-second timeout, I believe. So in the overtime period, Neenah's had the 2 made 3-pointers, Schultz and Rint, their best 3-point shooters, whereas for the Redbirds, it's been Maniscalco with that layup and 1 made free throw, and Isaac Herlash with the big 2 made free throws on the 1-and-1. His shots are the difference, or his second shot is the difference right now, as his team's up 1. So Neenah needs to foul immediately with only 1 second on the clock, and then you got to hope that DePere misses their first or second free throw, and you get a full court heave. On the floor for the Rockets, it's Schultz, Charles, Juckham, Jungworth, and Caper. They'll have the full court pressure on for the Redbirds, pardon me. Maniscalco, Buchter, Krieger, Herlash, and Reimer, the starters. Reimer will be the inbounder. He's had 4 fouls for the majority of the second half and has stayed in here through overtime. Reimer looking to throw it down the floor, it seems, and Maniscalco gets it. He's fouled. The foul was before the buzzer came off, so there's some amount of time remaining on the clock here. Maniscalco headed into the line for a 1-and-1. 0.2 on the shot clock, or on the game clock. Maniscalco able to make it a 2 or 3 point game here, but don't believe Neenah will be able to get a shot off with 0.2 remaining. I think in Neenah or in the NBA or college, you need to have about 0.3 to get an official shot off. Maniscalco makes the first. He can, if he makes the second here, any potential heave would be to tie it, and he does just that. So it's 59-56, 0.2 seconds remaining. And they're going to send everybody down the court. Juckham with the football pass, and off the mark, DePere holds on in overtime, 59-56. Stay tuned on the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. We'll talk to Coach Winchester and a player of his choosing will be put in the Zaleski Sports Highlight House. We'll send it to the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Stay tuned on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fere, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflatiri, Caffla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fere, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflatiri, Caffla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
No worries. Back here on the Nasonville Dairy postgame show with De Pere head coach Brian Winchester. Coach, 59-56 in overtime, one of the closer games, obviously, you guys have played this season. Just a true test between two Fox Valley schools. What do you have to say about the game tonight?
I think that, that was a really good game for us. We typically like to play at a little faster pace. Coach Rovis does a great job of the technical side of it, and just he was able to slow the game down. His kids were able to slow the game down. Just really put us in a grinder. It was a fist fight tonight, and I'm happy with our response to it, and I thought we responded physically. Credit to our kids as well. Happy with the win.
Certainly it was especially the first half, a different type of game for you guys. You've been shooting the three really well this year, only 2 in the first half. What were you saying to your guys about the different kind of game that you were seeing at the halftime break?
Yeah, we just needed to handle the physical play. They were into us on the perimeter, and that kind of bothered us in the first half, and we were able to, in the second half, spread things out a little bit. I thought we got to the rim a little better. We created a couple of paint touch threes, not as much as we would have liked, not as much transition game as we would have liked, but the kids just stuck with it, and I think it says a lot about a team, especially for our team who's young, a little bit inexperienced, when you can win in a different way than what you typically like to play.
Yeah, an entire new starting lineup this season. A little bit of returning varsity experience off the bench from last season, but it's been a new group. And what have you liked that you've seen from your team early in this season?
I like how well we get along. We share the ball really well. The kids enjoy each other off the court. They're a fun group to coach. They come in every day and work hard in practice. And the results, are a result of what they do every day and how they interact with one another every day.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Redbirds 6-0 on the season. Our highlight house player of the game now, Will Krieger, number 11 for the Redbirds. Quite the game, Will, going into overtime. What were you guys thinking at the break? Your three-point shots weren't falling like they have so far this year. What kind of adjustments were you guys making at halftime?
Yeah, we just said, keep making cuts. We wanted to get a layup at the rim every single time. Three-point shots aren't falling, so when that happens, you just got to keep finding open gaps to drive and get good layups.
This is your first year as a starter, but entirely new starting lineup this season. What's it been like for you guys in the starting five, going from the bench last year or even the JV squad to now being in the starting rotation? Just what kind of adjustments have you made mentally in the starting five?
Yeah, I mean, all the starters this year are from last year's team, just not as many minutes. So just learning from the guys last year and how they handled themselves has been really helpful. And then just practice, getting used to, getting all the touches and just leading the team.
Gotcha. Will, we've got this Highlight House shirt for you. And just the final thing, you'll take the mic from me and you'll just say, I'm Will Krieger, I'm in the house. And the camera is right up there in the middle.
I'm Will Krieger and I'm in the house.
Thank you very much, Will. It's 59-56 in overtime. De Pere takes this one. For Elijah Vangsalata and Matt Peck, I'm Gunnar Zippert from the WBY Shootout, signing off. Thanks for joining us here tonight on Zaleski Sports.